Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for your greatest support. Fellow Kenyans, what I have to say, or what I want to say before I start this conversation, or before we continue with what is going on, or what I want to talk about, is that we've been lied to many times. That something happens, assassination occurs, and then immediately after that, the government tells us, or the group that is concerned, or the group, the party that is supposed to carry on the investigation, lies to us that they've gotten the culprit, they're continuing with the investigation, and everything just goes and ends up like we don't know the person that we did what has happened. They keep on giving us hope that to may part a culprit or the suspect and all that, this and this, but they've normally, there's no single day that they've come out and told us that this is what happened, so and so was murdered, was assassinated, and this is the person that did or assassinated the person. Because once the culprit escapes, every now and then, once the person that carries on these things escape, he will keep on carrying them. He will keep on doing look at the assassination of Ongondowere. We didn't get the culprit. Like we were just being told that, oh, we found him, blah blah blah, connected with the border and all that, and then it vanished like that. Right now we are in the case of MBOBU, that is the lawyer, whereby according to the autopsy which was done, the government pathologist, that is Johansen Odur, is saying that slain lawyer KYALO MBOBU died as a result of severe injuries and overbleeding. That is, autopsy reveals. Government chief pathologist Johansen Odur says he was shot 8 times at close range. Now, I want to ask a question here. I just want to ask this question. How can someone who is not a serial killer go to a close range and shoot somebody 8 times on the neck? 8 times, 8 bullets. And how fast can that one be that people don't realize? A question to be answered, but who is going to answer that? That how come someone goes to a close range and shoot someone 8 times? And nobody realizes that, nobody knows what is going on, and then the person escapes, goes scot-free. To make it funny, now the FBI, not the FBI rather, but the DCI, the people that are supposed now to do the thorough investigation to bring the culprits to the book or on board, are now requesting us citizens to keep on updating them on, if at all maybe people knows what's going on. Seriously. And these are the people that keeps on telling us, oh, tumepata suspect, oh, this and this. Imagine the DCI is seeking information from members of the public that could help in the arrest of suspects involved in the killing of lawyer KYALO MBOBU. I want to ask a question. If the DCI can't know, then who are we citizens to know the person that has been doing all this killing? Are they not? Is the DCI not a body that's supposed to now to connect the dots? How are we citizens able or supposed now to connect the dots? Know that now this one is this one happened. This one might be the reason why this person was like, seriously. What is really going on? You just want to understand what's going on here. What is going on? Now, I want us to look at something here. I've been trying to look at the assassination of lawyer KYALO MBOBU and what really happened. Of course, we can't, we don't know why he was murdered or why he was shot, but now we can try to trace on what really happened. And here, I want to look at 4 or 5 stages of the happening. First of all, I want us to start by looking at who is this man, KYALO MBOBU, and then we go to the shooting time and how he was shot, and then we talk about the reaction from different bodies, the president, the government itself, the lawyers, and then in the investigation and the suspects, And then lastly, we finish by looking at the bigger picture, the assassination that has been going on, the coincidence and all that. So I want us to start from point number 1, whereby we talk about the issue of MBOBU, his background. Like, who is this guy? Because I know some people never knew who this person is. But I want us to start. But I would like to start by saying this: that a suspected lawyer, a teacher of law, and a man described as a practitioner par excellence, gunned down on a Nairobi streets in broad daylight. The question that people are asking is, who killed the lawyer? Who killed this person? Now, according to his profile, this man is a former chairman of the political party's dispute tribunal. He was also a lecturer, a publisher, and a respected figure in Nairobi legal circle. He is known for his sharp legal mind and contributions to political disputes resolutions. And then he was also somehow reported that maybe there was this conflict between him, the political council, the political arena, the councils, and then his mentors, or he was also a mentor and a teacher. So this conflict is not yet known, like, where was it coming from? Was it coming from the political angle, his career-wise angle, or where was it exactly coming from? And talking about the shooting, the time of the event, on date 9th September 2025, that is this year, at around 5:30 p.m. this guy was shot at Magadi Road, Current South, that is Nairobi. But then the real question is, what happened? Because people are not bothered about the history. People are not worried about all these things, who he was. People are worried about what really happened. There are some of the events that occurred. The event number 1, that this guy was driving alone, and then it said that a motorcycle trailed his car, and then after the motorcycle that trailed his car, then shot the fired. Multiple bullets hit him through the car window. I don't know whether, I don't think maybe if the windows with the windscreen were up, because I suspect that maybe if at all maybe they were up, then this guy could have not been shot 8 times. And then the police are now saying that the shooting had the markings on the target. So if this guy had got the markings on the target, because this is not the first time that police are saying that, oh no, the killer had got the target, had marked his target. Who could have sent this person? And then now we have got reactions that are coming from different people. The public are reacting, the LSK is reacting, the government is also reacting. Everybody is reacting. Like the LSK, Law Society of Kenya, is calling it an assassination. Of course, this one is an assassination. We can't say otherwise. This one is assassination. The real question is, who did it? And then the fellow lawyers are also shocked, describing him as a teacher and legal practitioner par excellence. Public outreach, social media filed with the demands for justice. Of course, everybody is demanding for justice. But then, the question that I've been asking myself, that in as much as maybe we are demanding for our justice, we demanded for justice during the time of Ongondowere's death. Did we know what happened? Did we know the person that murdered Ongondowere? Nobody, we didn't know. Was the suspect arrested? He wasn't arrested. So what has been going on over and over again? What has really been going on? Because they are telling us that they are doing the investigation, and the suspects, some of them, I don't know what they're assuming, were now the DCI, who are coming out to tell us, to urge the public that if at all they have any information that links, that can connect to the suspect, the public should go and tell them, are telling us that they launch a probe investigation immediately. Like, okay, you are doing your investigations. Why involving the public? And then the interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen is saying that they've already identified. Let me ask this question. The DCI are requesting for any information, if at all maybe anybody has good information concerning these guys, the suspects. And then now Kipchumba Murkomen, being the nice CS he is telling us that they have already identified the person of interest. Mark this, that they already have the person of interest on this matter. So how many people of interest have they been having over and over again? They've been having people of interest, the person of interest, the person of interest. That is normally the song. We now have the person of interest. Mara, the person of interest. We've arrested the person. Oh, Mara Nini. Look at the quarry, the quarry dumping site. They arrested the guy. They even took him to custody. And then the person escaped. They came and told us that the person has escaped. We assumed everything moved on. So what has been going on, like literally? Can we really know what is going on? That is the point. My point is, can we really be told what has been going on? Kipchumba Murkomen is telling us one thing. Another thing, somebody is telling another thing. So the DCI are requesting. They've launched the investigation. And then what is going on? And then the witnesses, the witnesses are reporting, reports suggest the hitman's tactics often used in Kenyan assassination. Of course, this one is very clear. That it is the same person that has been doing these assassinations. Look at the killing of Ngondowere, the assassination, the same motorbike. Right now, this one, the same motorbike person. So it means that this one is somebody that has a well-trained guy who knows what he's supposed to do, where and who is supposed to target. That is exactly what is going on. Because you can't just pick up, you can't just say that a boda rider, somebody who doesn't understand how to use a gun, can go and shoot anybody, can just go and shoot. It is impossible. And the person knows how to escape. What to see wajinga. That is what I can say. That people are not stupid. What to see wajinga. Watu walirevuka kitambo. Exactly. Watu walirevuka kitambo. But then, watu walirevuka, watu kuerevuka. What does it show? It shows that if this person is not working for the government, then he's working for somebody in the government. The real question is, who is this person? The question are rising every now and then that was this assassination linked with the legal work or political dispute or personal matters? Because you know these guys are sometimes they are also surrounded with different things. Like, you know, this guy is a lawyer. He also handles political matters. And then right now we also have the issue with personal matters. You know, you can't understand. But now the big question that all of us we need to ask ourselves is that this assassination, you see, this assassination and its coincidence. We have got the assassination here and then the coincidence here. Now the first thing that we really need to look at, I want us to look at the Kenyan history, like of the unresolved murders of lawyers, politicians, and activists. How many people? I've just mentioned one. Maybe you know a lot of them. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of them in Kenyan history. You can tell me at the comment section. You know, we have got categories of people. I was doing some investigation here, some research, little research, and I came to understand that these people have been murdered. And there is how they've always been like grouped. We have got the businessmen, we have got politicians, and so on and so forth. Now, starting with the politicians and how they were murdered, in 1965, we had got somebody who was called Pio Gama Pinto. I think that one happened before majority of us were born, but now looking at the Kenyan history, it's there. Pio Gama Pinto was shot dead in his driveway in Nairobi, just the same way this guy. And then we also had Tom Mboya, died in July 5th, 1969, who was gunned down on Moi Avenue within Nairobi. Then we have got J.M. Karaoke, who was kidnapped and murdered, body dumped in Ngong Forest. That is March 2nd, 1975. We had got Robert Ouko, who was found murdered at Got Alila near Kisumu in 1990. That is February 13th. And then businessmen, we had got Dr. Crispin Odhiambo Mbai, who was killed on September 14th, 2003. Who was the head of a Constitutional Revenue Committee, who was shot in his home in Nairobi. Oscar Kingara and Paul Oulu, who are also killed on March, that is 2009, shot in their car near the University of Nairobi. Then we had got Jacob Juma, who was gunned down in his car along Ngong Road, Nairobi. That is in 2016, that is March 5th. And then we have got recent. We have got Willie Kimani, the same 2016, whose body was found in a river in Machakos. Later revealed police officers were involved. Then we have got Matthew Kialo Mbobo. You remember? We also had got Ongondowere. So all these things happen. You see, these things happen, and then the government comes and tells us that they are doing investigations. In that, I was just trying to bring these names so that we can realize, or for us to understand, that the government keeps on telling us that they're doing investigations. You know, they're investigating the suspects, but they're doing nothing. They're completely doing nothing about this, and the suspects keep on walking scot-free. The government telling us, oh, we are doing investigation, you know, we are doing 1, 2, 3, blah blah, keeping on telling us the same thing. You see, but the truth of the matter is that they can't tell us the clear thing. They can't really tell us what exactly is happening or what exactly has happened. Now, if you try to compare Mbobu's killing to the past cases where suspects were never brought to justice, you'll come to explore this theory that a legal case, it is either like he was working on a legal case or political enemy or a personal vendor. I think I've talked about vendetta. I've talked about it, but there is nothing that has been confirmed yet. But the truth of the matter is that it is either his family, his friends, or workmates knows exactly what happens, or what has happened, or what has led to this guy's death. Because, you know, you can't just wake up one day and say that you want to go and kill this guy. What has he done? Okay, for what gain? You are killing this guy. What are you going to gain? How are you going to benefit from his death? Seriously, how? That is the real question. How are you going to benefit from this guy's death? Is there any way? No. Like, how can a respected lawyer just die? This guy has done nothing. Like, you just cut him short. We've been, you know, this talking about calling for justice. We've been calling for justice every now and then. Like, we say that until the killers are brought to justice, but nothing happens. So, what is the way forward? Like, according to you, what do you think? What do you really think should be the strategy that can be used to make sure that these people that lose their lives get justice? Because we talk about justice, or killers should be brought to book, or blah blah blah, but we end up the same place where we were. We end up repeating the same thing every now and then. This one that, every day, and nothing happens. Nothing really happens. So I would like to listen to your thought at the comment section. I would like you to tell me what you really think, because according to how I think that maybe this one is one of the way of silencing a bold legal mind, or it is just the latest chapter in Kenyan's long history of unresolved assassinations. I don't know. Because take a look at this. You're coming from your office, driving, you're on your way going home, And then boom, you meet your death. Nobody's talking about this. Not the president. Kipchumba Murkomen is telling us things that we don't want to hear. Like, for real. Are we really going to do this? And for how long will we keep on doing this? For how long will we keep on doing all this shenanigans that we're doing? That people just die. Like, wewe amke tu asubuhi familia yako, wewe familia ya amke tu asubuhi isikia kwamba mtu fulani alikufa. You know, sometimes I've really been interacting with some of these people, especially these legal guys, the lawyers and all that. And you know, sometimes they tell you that it is never easy, because sometimes you end up sleeping in the office because you have got a bunch of work to do. So when you spend the whole night in your office, your family members, of course, they know that you're in the office. So they're used to that trend, that sometimes you spend the night in the office working on the projects or on the cases, and maybe sometimes you go somewhere. You know, you're never they've used to you not going back in the house mapema. So when such kind of things happen, they used to it, up to a point that now you realize that they've adopted to it. So when that night or that day when you don't go back home, you are neither in the office nor you are at home, but now you are in the mortuary. When the following day, when they get the message or the information or the news, it really breaks their heart. But who are we? What is the government? What is the government we have? What kind of government we have? Government of I don't know. I really don't know what to say. So can you tell me what you think at the comment section concerning all this? I just want to tell me this issue of these deaths, these assassinations, every now and then. Who is the real culprit? Can we really find out who is the real person that has been? Because remember, Omondowere was a politician. Now this one is a lawyer. Now it's connecting politicians and lawyer. What is it? Is it that maybe this guy knew more, and now there is somebody somewhere who is trying or who was trying to silence him? Tell me what you think at the comment section.